The aquatic biome, home to hundreds of animals some scientists haven't even discovered yet. I'm Gianna, and today Anna Turk and I will be focusing on crustaceans. Today I'll be discussing Callinectus sapidus, otherwise known as the Chesapeake blue crab. It's easily recognizable by its bright blue claws. Let's learn a little more about its anatomy so we can more easily understand its daily activities.
The blue crab is a relatively small organism, being only 9 inches in width and weighing on average 1/3 of a pound. The crab has 5 pairs of walking legs, or appendages. There are 3 sharply pointed pairs used for walking, 1 pair of swimming legs which have adapted to resemble the shape of an oar, making swimmer faster and more efficient, and 1 pair of claws with spines used for eating and defense. Perhaps the most important feature of the crab is its olive-colored carapace, or shell. Made of chitin, it protects the organism's internal organs from its predators. Some of the adult blue crab predators include other blue crabs, American eagles, fish such as the striped bass, birds, turtles, and humans. Humans are one of the biggest predators of the crab. Fisheries are dominated by the species, and while harvesting rates are managed and no more than 25% of the species are crabbed, the population is still declining. This is due to an accumulation of climate change, fishing pressures, and crab diseases that spread throughout their habitats.
Speaking of the blue crab habitat, here I am standing in one of them. I'm reporting to you live from the Chesapeake Bay. Blue crabs can be found all along the Atlantic coast, in bays similar to this one, and estuaries for newly born larvae. Female blue crabs love salty water, while males prefer fresher water. Both genders can withstand hot and cold temperatures, but most tend to bury beneath the muddy sea floor throughout the winter until the water gets warmer. Their olive-green carapace allows for them to camouflage in the muddy floor, which increases their chances of survival. Look what we have here! A blue crab! Let's go take a closer look. The blue crab is a very active animal, and when found in their habitats, are usually seen swimming quickly, using their paddle legs here.
Throughout most of their activity, they are usually found foraging for food, which is something that comes easily for this invertebrate, because they eat just about anything they come across. They are known as scavengers, and because they are omnivores, they eat plankton and decaying organic matter, along with snails, fish, and shrimp. Once they come across their prey, they use their claws to crush their organism and then eat it. If the animal happens to run to a predator, they protect themselves with their large claws. During their battle, if a body part gets torn off, they are able to grow back that part by regeneration. A key adaptation of the animal that allows them to detect if a predator is near are its eye stalks. These are where the crab's eyes are located, and they give the crab the capability of seeing in front, behind, and on the sides of them. Defense against predators is especially important right after molting, when their shell is soft and more easily penetrable. Molting is one of the stages that the blue crab goes through in order to grow. After the male and female crabs mate, the female heads to an estuary or another area with high salinity for spawning, where the eggs develop and after 9 months are released. The first stage of the crab is a larvae, and after they get to about 2.5 millimeters wide, they are considered juveniles. As they grow bigger, they are continuously molting, a process where the crab sheds its shell in order for it to grow larger than the one it was previously in. This happens about 18 to 20 times for female and 21 to 23 times for males, not including the larvae motes. After molting, it has been found that crabs are more likely to cannibalize and eat their own species.
The Chesapeake blue crab is a truly magnificent organism. It plays an important role in its underwater ecosystem and provides for a tasty summer treat. The Callinectus sapidus is closely related to lobster, krill, and shrimp. Speaking of lobster, let's hear more about the North American lobster with my good friend, Anna Turk.
Here I am at the bottom of the Atlantic Ocean, where the American lobster resides. This lobster is also known as the Maine lobster or northern lobster. It is closely related to other clawed lobsters, including the American and European lobster species, and it is also related to shrimp, crab, crayfish, other crustaceans, including barnacles and krill.
Under the sea, darling, it's better down where it's wetter.
They are known to live in the Atlantic Ocean from depths of 50 meters to 750 meters. They prefer the bottom of the ocean where they can find rocky shelters to protect themselves from predators and currents. Since they hunt at night, they stay in these shelters during most of the day. Lobsters aren't actually red until you cook them and the red pigments are released. But the American lobsters are actually yellow or brown. Sometimes they're blue or two-toned like this one here. They also demonstrate bilateral symmetry. They are usually about 9 inches long and 1.5 to 2 pounds. Color is one of their many adaptations because it helps them blend into the rock. Also, their hard shell makes it difficult for predators. Some of their predators include the red king crab, the Atlantic cod, the flounder fish species, and octopus. And, of course, humans. These lobsters have antennae. The larger ones are used for touching and guiding. The smaller ones are used for chemical signal detection to find food. Lobsters had to adapt to use the antenna because of their poor eyesight. Compound eyes makes their eyesight blurry, especially in bad light. The pinchers and claws are used for eating. The pinchers grab the prey initially, and then the claws crush the shell of the prey. One of their most important adaptations is the 6-part abdomen, because this allows them to quickly propel themselves backwards away from predators. When there are no threats, the lobsters can just be found crawling along the bottom floor because most of their prey isn't very fast moving. Lobsters have 10 walking legs, which are used for tasting as well. As you can see, this lobster is using its 10 walking legs to slowly crawl along the ocean floor. Lobsters don't need to move very quickly because they eat basically whatever's on the ocean floor, like mussels, clams, and scallops. This is where their claws come in handy. Or starfish, sea urchins, marine worms, crabs, and gastropods. They also can feed on dead organisms and other lobsters when the food supply is low. Lobsters don't chew with their mouths. They have a 3-stomach digestive system, and the first stomach is where the food is really chewed. Lobsters are solitary animals because they are very aggressive towards each other, territorial, and can turn cannibalistic. Instead, they prefer to crawl the ocean floor looking for food and bring it back to their shelter to eat it. Females send out a hormone to males when they are ready to reproduce. The males receive this hormone as not killing the female. 6 to 9 months later, eggs appear on her tail, and after another 6 to 9 months, the eggs are ready for hatching. She lifts her abdomen, and thousands of larvae float to the surface of the water. In order to grow, lobsters must molt or shed their shell. The larvae must do this 3 times in order to become an adult. Every time a lobster molts, it can grow 20 to 25% larger than it was before. They continue to molt their entire lives, which removes any evidence of age, so there is no way to tell the age of a wild lobster. Scientists think they can live to as old as 100 years old. This is just the lobster molting in slow motion, and when they molt, they can also regrow limbs. Lobsters aren't really in danger at all because they have such versatile habitats and prey. There are also overfishing regulations that prevent significant damage.
Thanks for watching. Hope it wasn't too crabby. Don't be shellfish. I want to talk too. Bye. Want to go explore the ocean floor together? Sure. See you next time. Bye.